Impact actions are extremely important in Sparking Zero, but they can be a little bit confusing. At least for me, I thought they were a little bit tricky to figure out at first, so I had to go back, take a look at the tutorial, which told me how to do it, but didn't really help me all that much. It was just kind of weird. It just showed me how to trigger these actions. But today's video is all about showing you guys the things that I learned through spending about an hour. Yeah, I spent about an hour on this trying to figure all this out. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are new for more Sparking Zero content, baby. We're going to be doing so much. You're not going to want to miss it. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so first up is the speed impact. This one is just the dash clash. And I'm going to show you guys how it looks. So let's go ahead and go for it. So this is just to look at it. There's a button input, then the spin of the joystick, and it looks like a L3 press. So there you go. Very straightforward. Now, you might have noticed the boost function. The boost function is really interesting because it increases your likelihood of winning these interactions, which is actually much more important, in my opinion, in online play. But the tricky thing about the boost function is that you'll see it later on as we go to some of the other ones, is that there are a lot of interactions with the boost in terms of like how many times you could trigger it. Some of them let you trigger it 1, 2, 3 times, and they wind up consuming an entire key bar. But while you may win the interaction, it's double-edged. It's a double-edged sword, because if you wind up winning the interaction but have no key, your character's going to stand there and they're going to be useless. And the opponent can turn the tables on you even though you won that specific interaction. So be very careful with the boost function on this, right? So here's a look at it. This one triggers 2 boosts. Even though I missed the first input, I still won this and got a full combo out of it. You got to be ready for it also. That first input on all of these is kind of fast. You got to be ready for it. And the tricky thing about the boost is that it also will take your key away, so you can't, combo into certain moves that you would have otherwise been able to. So if possible, you'd want to win without it, to be honest. All right, let's see how the game interacts with it in sparking mode.
This'll finish you off.
That's pretty dope. Looks like in sparking mode, you have just enough of a window to pull off the ultimate as well. You can't really do too much dashing around, though, the follow-ups. So let me show you what happens if you misuse the boost feature. I'm going to go for 3 boosts here. No. I've got a... There we go. Let's go for 2 boosts. And you see, I'm stuck here for a decent amount of time. So that's going to happen with each boost. So be very careful with the way you use that. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, power impact. This one is where you guys are doing a grab clash, and it triggers a grappling animation. And so we have meter boosting now, I think, for the rest of these. So let's trigger this one. It's a little tricky trying to get the timing on it, to be honest. I knew it. The second I moved in, he would do that. I typically would just block these. I'm not gonna lie to you. Deflect the grab. I'm not gonna do this very often. But like if you could, okay, like that. But if you could pull this one off in mid combat, it's obviously gonna be useful. I'm just gonna deflect these though. I'm never gonna trigger this one personally. The timing on it is so wonky. I've seen that bug before. It's a silly bug. It only happens with that animation. I've seen a couple bugs. So I'm not gonna boost. I'm just gonna charge this time. We'll just do that. But basically, if it wasn't clear, it's not just about the triggering of this, it's about the timing. You want to press and hold the button. Like, some of them are like, confusing. Like, you need to press the button, you need to hold the button. It doesn't. That's why I said the game doesn't actually tell you these things. You have to kind of figure it out through trial and error. Bro would not get up. That's absolutely a bug. I've seen the opponent do that where they just slide. Have you guys seen that one? Yeah, there's a handful of bugs in this game. I'm not gonna lie to you. This game, I enjoy it, but it could probably stayed in the oven a little bit longer. Those just keep getting sillier and sillier. That's amazing. All right, so I was actually still practicing it for a while, and I figured out that the trick with this one is to actually just wait until you wait a millisecond. Like it's only up for like a second and a half. You wait just a millisecond, then you press and hold the square button at that point, and then you are able to, because like if you start off, you're gonna go all the way full and then start falling back. But if you wait a second, you will be able to pause and then go, and then it'll, by the time you get where you want to be, it'll be ending, and that's where you're going to end. So I think that's the tech with this. And then if you need more space, or if you want more space, you can then boost, and that would increase the width that you have, and that would allow for you to obviously have a better chance at winning it. So like the boost is kind of weird because it's more straightforward, like in terms of like how much it's impacting your ability to win it, versus in other ones it's not. Like with the next one we see where it's like just boosting you spin, like it doesn't really say much. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. Let me show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here.
What's wrong?
So with this one, I'm gonna go instantly. And you see, it hit if you go instantly, you need to be boosting pretty much the full way, in my opinion. But as you saw, it hit the top and it fell back down. Now, what you can also do is if you hit the top, if you start immediately, you hit the top like I just did, before it starts falling down, you could let go of the button and then go again. That would start it up again, and then that would be something you could do. And I'll show that here. But for me, I don't like doing it that way. Also, I hate the timing on this because you have to get this. So the timing on this, it can't be reactionary. You have to do it at the exact same time, because if it's reactionary, you're going to get hit. It's not the timing for a guard. Like the guard one is reactionary. It's not the same. You've got to be doing it at the same time. So it's almost anticipatory, and which I don't really, like I said, I don't really think. I don't know. I don't think it's all that amazing. I don't think it's all that amazing because I can't anticipate in most cases when somebody's going to do a grab. With the computer, it's a little bit easier because it's a computer, right? And it's literally only doing grabs. He's going to do one here, yeah. So like right here. So like you can do that. If you get to the top, you let it go, and then you refill it. That's what it is. You let it go, you refill it. Do not keep your button held. Don't do that. Okay, that's the trick. Get to the top, hold it to get to the top, let it go, and then refill it as you need. You can let it go and hold. You can let it go and press. Whatever you need to do. That's the tech for that. But like I said, I think if you increase the boost, it increases your margin, which means that it's easier to obviously stay closer to the top if you do it right. Whatever is easier for you. Let me show you the wait a second method that I was talking about. Finally. I forgot. It took me so long to trigger that I forgot to show you what I wanted to show you. I'm not gonna lie to you. It took so long to trigger that I forgot what I wanted to show you. I'm pretty sure that I was gonna show you the wait method, right? That's what we're gonna do. I'll show it one more time. I was so ready to, I was just so happy that I finally got it. Because it's stupid, in my opinion. This is by far the hardest one, in my opinion. And because it's so hard to trigger it, it took a lot of practice just to learn what I showed you guys. It took a lot of time just to learn what I showed you because it's so hard for me to trigger it. Maybe some of you guys have an easier time on this, but like I said, it's just the timing on it. I want to block it.
Not done yet.
But the block is not how you deal with this. Or at least not for this tutorial, right? There we go. So I waited there a little second, and it got me pretty close. I think I triggered a boost there accidentally as well. But yeah, so that's more or less what you want to do. Just wait a second. But you can do it the other way. Actually testing it a little bit more, I think I will switch. I think I'll switch to the refill method that I showed you. That may be easier. All right, so this one is the crash impact. This one's very straightforward. You just want to clash with the opponent doing dashes. Something I don't really think is going to happen all too often. It's not actually, it's not a dash, it's a step. Not going to happen all too often, but you know, it is what it is. So anyways, when we go into this, you're going to see the boost icon on the left side. You can press boost up to 3 times and they'll each improve your likelihood of winning. And we're going to not really focus on that part too much. It's very straightforward. But the timing on this is you want to try to time your taps to the impact that the characters are doing is the way that I found this easiest to accomplish. And basically, whoever times their taps the best / uses boost is going to be the one that comes out as the victor. All right, let's give it a go. All right, so next up is the Clash. This one is wrong input. This one's pretty straightforward. All you're trying to do is press the button as many times as you can towards the top of the meter. So very straightforward there. I guess we'll have to trigger this again because I messed up with the input using the Masenko. He's going to spam Light Grenade, but I can't Clash until I throw a Kamehameha, so we got to wait for it. Oh, never mind. Let's go. Hello, Piccolo.
This'll finish you off. Kamehameha!
And again, per usual, you can boost it, give you a bigger margin. This is like some Dragon Ball Heroes stuff. That's the first thing I think of when I see that. It's Dragon Ball Heroes. All right. So let's go for a boost here. I'm gonna reset this. Let's go for a boost. There should just be a retry button, by the way. I don't know why there isn't.
This'll finish you off. Kamehameha!
Let's go for a boost here.
I won't go down like this.
I like how the lightning is there or whatever. Since I was in sparking mode, I'm not gonna... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I don't think I will, but no, it ate the key off afterwards. That's fair. 3 boosts is a long time. Look at all the time he has. Good lord, that's a long time. 3 boosts is a very long time.
Light grenade.
That was a hell of a like visual transition.
This'll finish you
Let's
off.
go for 1 boost this time.
Kamehameha! Light grenade.
I think I missed the first one, but I got the second one. I'm just happy that it's not like this game doesn't really have any Joy-Con spinning or button mashing like that. Like it doesn't really have any of that. I'm not gonna tear out my controller, boy. I ain't trying to tear it up. Stop spamming. Let's see if I can do 1 more. He doesn't have any key. There it is. There it is. Okay. Let's do 1 more. This is gonna get him. He's not ready for it. I just realized there is technically a retry almost.
This'll finish you off. Kamehameha! Light grenade. I won't go down like this.
All right, so that is the last impact type that they have here. And I got to say that, like I said, they're not the craziest thing, but they are, if you don't know what you're looking for, what you're doing, a bit confusing. And so if you haven't already, go into the battle training option to figure out all of the many things that this game has to offer. As you see, there are quite a bit in this game. And stay tuned because we are going to be doing so much Dragon Ball Sparking Zero content, your head is going to explode. But not really, because that would be very bad. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, make sure you click on this video here where we did a bunch of other Sparking Zero stuff.